Hello everybody, Darren here, and welcome back to Total War Rome 2 Divide et Impera as Rome. We're back. I had a couple days off. I apologize, I missed a few uploads. It was a very last minute thing that took my attention away. I had to go to Ireland for business and family related affairs, basically, that just kind of came out of nowhere, so I didn't get to... Basically, I didn't have any time to prep many episodes in advance. Anyways, we're back now, and I've been assessing the situation. We have a Carthaginian army hovering around our newly re-established province of Corsica et Sardinia after we took back Alalia, of course. We have a Carthaginian fleet with just a couple of ships out here on the north coast of Africa, and then we have a bigger fleet with 14 ships at the south of Sicily. We have our fleet, which is currently patrolling. I think I did that to lower the piracy in the region. And just now, just as I started recording, I brought the governor, Admiral, back down from Asculum. I wanted to see if the public order would change. It didn't really. It went down by like 1. So I was having a look over things, and I noticed that Magna Graecia, this province here, is the only province that has a declining public order rate. What is that, by the way? Oh, it has a negative surplus to food. I didn't know that. It shows that. It's just a different icon, I think, that I'm used to. That's kind of cool to know. So all of these other regions have a positive surplus of food. This one consumes it. It's not a problem for them. It's just it's a way of finding, you know, what provinces are kind of sucking up the most food. It's interesting that Rome doesn't. I would have thought it would take more. It only has a supply of 2, so that makes sense. Anyways, getting distracted. I noticed in checking over the province, what can we do to boost the public order here? It currently has a negative growth rate. So that's nothing to do with public order, but I just noticed that, unless it might be. So it depends. If you have good public order, sometimes you get growth, I guess. Anyways, I just noticed that because that's a bit of a vicious circle, because it means that I'm not going to get the growth to get new buildings to then maybe build something that fixes public order. You could improve the temple, might do that next turn anyway. But what I'm going to do is enact an edict. So currently they still have Romanization on, so they're getting positive Latin culture increase. They're at 74%, it's really high. So it might fall a little bit when we turn this edict off. But I think it'd be good because we could probably go with this one, bread and games. So they'll consume 2 extra food. We have a surplus of 27, but they'll gain 4 growth per turn. So at least they'll be growing again, and public orders +6. So that'll stem the tide. It'll stop the bleed a little bit, as maybe we look to other things we can focus to improve it. Like I said, this temple. So this temple also gives squalor to the sanitation to the region. This is one of those other awkward things with the game that's semi-modded in. There's a DLC for the game that actually does have squalor. But anyways, they kind of reintroduced this because it was in the follow-up game, Total War Attila. And then DEI, the mod, has added in squalor per region. So it's kind of unusual. This one actually has a different symbol. Oh, because there's disease. Oh, yes. There's your -10 public order, but we're still at -3 even without that. So I guess that actually explains things. I couldn't find that, but I suppose it's just right there. So silly. And it interrupts provincial growth. Okay, maybe I'm acting a bit too hastily here. But anyway, I guess we're trying to fix this problem if we can. So, back to just what I wanted to mention really quickly. Sanitation, for some reason, is region-based, not province-based. So, improving this temple actually helps sanitation, but only for this region, not for the province. Sanitation and squalor is actually 1-to-1 here, so that's totally fine. It's better here and better here, so that's good. So, Taurus... its sanitation is going to get a little worse, or squalor rather is going to be worsened once we complete the docks. And yeah, so we'll have to maybe do something like build an aqueduct thing here in future just to kind of balance it all out. Otherwise these plagues and stuff will just constantly reoccur. Anyway, that was really it. I don't think there's much else to really look at. I don't know if we moved our spies. So we have our spy in North Africa. We'll just move them along heading east. To spot where more Carthaginian towns and armies are, perhaps. We have the one that's down in Africa, but they've already moved, so they're good. And I think that's it. Ooh, Sextus Antonius Dento, a veteran in Lucius's army, has leveled up. Movement range when accompanying the general. Unit experience gained for the parent army, and upkeep for all land units. That's a nice one to have as well. Is reduced. Yeah, so they don't have an edict up here. We're currently using 2. So where's my other one? So we've one down here. The new one we just did, right? Bread and games. So that'll switch next turn. You don't see it immediately. We then have Romanization down in Sicily. Let's have a look. 62% for the culture. Gaining 0.4%. Very small gain. Again, we don't have any governors here. We could try to just hammer it on to this place. Is that 51 already? Actually, no, it's doing fine. We could tax these guys now. 21 public order. And boom, they're being taxed, just like that. Welcome to the family. Right, so 969 from this place. That's okay. I'll take it. So if we sort by highest income, we have Latium at 9,400, Sicily at 3,500, Magna Graecia has been lapped by Sicily at 2,500, even though we had it long before. And then Corsica at Sardinia, with only the 2 provinces, it's rocking the 969 at the moment. So, and it's got 2 governors present. So we're trying to keep an eye on this guy, right? We want to see where he's going to go, if they're going to make another sneak attack into Eulalia, or if they go back down south. So Brutus, I believe, right, is just waiting to see what happens. Yeah, that's really it. We have our 2 armies then just in Sicily, our 1 army in Corsica, Sardinia. We want to start crossing over soon, so I think I'll just hold on to my money to build and upgrade that temple, and we'll just end the turn here. Alright, so we've seen some movement from Carthage. We'll just take a look in a second. Pirates have been spotted at Side, a town just on the Anatolian coast, I think we call it. I can't remember. Yeah, just north of Cyprus. Asia Minor, I suppose. I'll have to look it up. Anatolia. Can't quite remember actually why I have that name on the brain. Right, construction report. Our aqueduct in Carolus has been built, and then our 2 trading ports in Latium. As an overall, well, Latium, is that the name of the province? Yes, just making sure. Right, I'm losing my mind. Anyways, right, so that's good news, and that's good news that was done recently. How's the income there now? Still about the same. Okay, so here's the Carthaginian army. They are definitely within 1 turn's reach from Eulalia. So we'll just cross over and wait next to it. Right, they could just land, hit the town. They can't make it down. They're not a fleet. I keep saying fleet, but you know what I mean. Army transports, I guess. It's a shame there's no real difference visually, unless you like hover over and check it, I think. The ship might be a bit different. I'm not seeing the arrow thing, but I'm sure we're in range, right? If we're just here, that should be totally fine. Just want to be able to get back down south if we need to. So we'll just hang about here. I don't even think I'm going to bother going into fortified stance. I don't want to be in a fort and have another fort battle. I'd rather just fight on land if we could. Ah, yes, we have the Brutian infantry. They kind of underperformed in that last battle, but we'll just leave this guy here. We don't want to go patrol because that'll hurt us as well. Ambush. How interesting. Become concealed from the enemy in a bid to launch a surprise attack. You know what? Well, why not? What's the ambush chance? 30%. That's fine by me. Whatever. It's better than nothing. Is there any disadvantage, actually? I didn't really read the thing fully there. Consumes more food. Forces in this stance cannot move. That's fine, but we get extra defenses, strangely enough. Select an army and mass over the terrain to determine the chance of success. 50% to the chance of discovering hidden agents and armies as well. Okay. Yeah, that's fine by me. We're moving these guys south, right? I think that was the plan. Get them to go to Africa and get ready for what's to come. We're making a little bit of more money out of this place now. Ooh, you know what would be good in Rome? Commercial stimulation as an edict. So we'll turn off the Sicilian edict for now. And we'll do commercial stimulation. So that's what we've been speccing our governor for. It says 31% wealth from all commerce buildings. Now, if we have a look down here, the same edict would only give us 14% wealth. And it grows the slave population. 20% slave population over time. Wow, I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, so we'll do that. Give it a shot. That should be good money. 31% increase. Now, -2 public order from luxuries. They're at +11 right now, so we can afford that. And then an increase to the slave population over time. Slave population is getting a little high. It's at 52%, so it's a -11 to public order, but Rome can handle it. +11 overall, even with those new buildings just finished. They added banditry. How's the banditry now, actually? Ah, we're still good. Okay, I guess past Darren has planned things relatively well. Now, I don't know where that fleet's gone, which is annoying. Yeah, I'm just wondering, should I... No, we'll save the other... I'll bring the other spy out and maybe just hover her around the ocean, see what's going on, because I'd like to go make contact with Egypt to improve our trade. Oh, there we go. Speaking of, we just did. Don't have to find their towns, just have to find them. Egyptos. Oh, we have access. They're, this is owned by Cyrene, or Kyrenike, but we'll just call them Cyrene. They are usually a client, so let's have a look. Have you got a client? You have a military ally in Pergamon and a defensive ally in Antigonidai. You do not have a client state. Interesting. So if we have a look at Cyrene, they are defensive allies with the Seleucid Empire. And they're at war with Egypt. Interesting. Well, I'd rather align with Egypt, the bigger faction. Oh, that's cool. The map has like the lighthouse, the pyramids, the wonders are on the map.
Be
Let's see,
at
trade.
ease, good emissary.
Sure.
Speak.
Are you kidding me?
Trade
So what
is
would we get out of
beneath
this?
the notice of Pharaoh, the all-wise and
336.
all-seeing. Particularly, trade with foreigners.
There you go, 1,700. That's a generous amount. Are you kidding me?
Egyptians do not need to be troubled by foreigners and their goods. So speaks Pharaoh.
Okay, they did a good deal, you know? They got the money out of me, but I was happy to do it. Just to really open up visibility in the ocean and see more of their lands and stuff like that. I think it's worth it. Maybe build some sort of relations over time. Who else are you at war with? You're also at war with the Seleucids. How does the Antigonid dynasty feel about us? We've never even found them, I don't think. No. Okay, that's alright. Just leave it as is. Right, we're in ambush stance up there. Our fleet. Yeah, the question is, where do we move them? So we've got 8 turns to move at sea. I don't think you can go down here without taking attrition. I can't quite remember, but I feel like deep sea causes attrition or something. Let's just maybe hang about here and then come back. See if we spot anything. I've got such limited visibility, really. Don't want to dock in there because they'll be very unhappy with that. So we'll just go next to them for now. Get some replenishment, protect the port. We'll just have to wait. But once these governors cross over, then we're just going to start crossing over as well. We'll just keep an army back here to keep defending the city. The money, let's improve that temple. -8 regional income from taxes, but you get improved cultural influence. That's good. And sanitation and public order. Do we want to upgrade this? The latrines, I think, have better culture boost, weirdly enough. -2 to empire maintenance. Is it the same for everybody? Yeah. Can't remember the differences here, but I remember this one was the one that seemed like one of the best to go for. They all have negative regional upkeep. Which one has the highest public order, I guess? This one. Okay, let's just go with the fountains. Be a bit different. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. Let's just have a quick look in the political screen. Everything's okay. The families are loyal. Characters are happy enough. Could we be boosting anything anywhere? Not really. Alright, we'll just leave it at that. We'll save some money then. We're making 9,000 now, so that's great. Oh, right, our commercial stimulation has kicked in, has it? I can't remember if I clicked it now or before. I think before, right? I think so. 11,600, that's what we're talking about. Starting to stack those buffs. All the commercial ports are doing their thing. We're going to get the wine trader soon, which will be 4% wealth from all commerce as well. So I'm looking forward to that, getting that in as well. All right, that's going to have to be it. Let's just end the turn.
I offer this morsel. Now, like a wolf at the door, perhaps you will go find better hunting somewhere else.
It's kind of getting tempting. You know, they're offering 2,500 for peace, and I'm not going to attack them for a long time. But part of me just says no. You know, they're at war with the Aravasi, so it's like, oh, you can gain some favor by being in a war with someone together, even if we're not doing much against them. So I'm just gonna say no. I don't need the money right now, so we'll say no. All right, rampant piracy. So we can lower the piracy penalties or boost our recruitment fleet capacity. So we'll do hunted. Let's lower the penalties. Let's improve money straight away. Right, so what do we got? A faction rises. Cilicia. Again, where the side faction or town was. So that's good. Faction destroyed the Nori. Ooh, aren't they the guys just to our north? Oh, yeah. The Veneti were wiped out by the Nori. And the RDA have now crept all the way up to our north. They're becoming quite the formidable little faction there. The coastal raiders, the pirate raiders of the RDA. Well, I wouldn't mind them going for it. If they end up getting everything, then we could have a whole major assault against their 2 big provinces. We'll see how that plays out. We're trading with them, I think. Yeah, and they like us. They're at war with just the Boi, or the Boi, which I think are somewhere up here. We'll see how they get on. Alright, still no sign of that fleet, or is there? There is. There it is. Okay, cool. So let's send our fleet around to protect Corrales as we chase down their fleet. They're actually taking attrition right now, which is good for us. We'll just stay within range of our city. Okay. It is winter. These guys are circling around. Oh my god, if they make landfall in Italy again, this is so annoying. Right, let's run with Agrippa up north. Oh, he can barely move because it's winter. God damn. How do they keep doing this to me? I don't want to hop into the water because then we might end up fighting a transport battle, which would suck. I guess my fleet will be almost... No, they'll probably make landfall. They could make landfall next turn, but they won't have the movement to get to the town, I'm pretty sure. But still, that really doesn't give us much time. We do have good money. I could run up with Governor Cornelius Scipio and start immediately recruiting. Just get some sort of extra defense here ready to go. I think I have to, really. I can't just leave it undefended, can I? Right, so let's do it. We'll just recruit normal troops. Nothing too crazy, nothing too expensive. So a couple of Principes, please. A couple of Hastati. And some Triarii. Triarii. Maybe a cavalry unit? We're very low on patricians. Am I in the region of... What region am I in? Oh, I'm in Arretium. I was wondering why his patricians was so low. But that's okay then. 2 of each. Extra velites, maybe? Sure. Just something to get it ready. If we gotta remove them, so be it. I mean, it did cost me like 7,000 to recruit all that, but it's worth it. You gotta defend a town like that. I mean, this is our richest province, right? So it makes sense. Up to 12,000 now. It really is just snowballing, which is great to see. Now, you might want to head back here anyway. Thinking about it. I don't think anyone's gonna hit Syracuse anytime soon, so let's head back this way, and next turn we could hop over and just give it a little public order boost by patrolling in that region, because they're currently having the plague. So that might help them out. Right, the governors, let's send them south. So they're out of here now. No more culture benefit for us. We're going to land in Africa, the province of Africa. So what else? Anything I missed? So encourage populous construction report. We got the library and the amphora maker in Caralis. So how much money are we making there now? Over 1,000. That's good. It's gone up only a little bit thinking about it, but okay. Concealed army discovered. Down here. The Garamantians. The Igaramen. That's okay. Let's just keep going along the coast. Have a look at these different towns. So these guys, Ptolemy... or Egypt, are at war with Cyrene. Be interesting to see if they win that fight. If they attacked this army, they could draw out the garrison and actually defeat them really easily. Which they might end up doing. Towns are notoriously hard to take with just one army though. You probably need multiple to really win. At least with Divide et Impera. Sicily is quite unhappy right now. This year in history. Alright, that's all that done. We have someone to upgrade here. Just go with quick ones. So this gives us an improvement to research, an improvement to culture and the tax rate, and another improvement to culture. We want the culture boosts because we're obviously going into foreign territory. We're not going to get the tax yields, but at least we can spread the good word of Latin culture on foreign soil, so that by the time we do land, we don't have too much public order problems. The people will welcome us in our custom. Right. Anything else to do? I don't think so. Let's end it there. Alright, turn is ended. There was no noise. All my music has gone off as well, by the way. So that was weird. War declared. Oh, Carthage and Egypt have gone to war. That's a bizarre one. Oh, I guess they are bordering. Oh, right, just like that. That was it. That's so funny that we just happened to get our spy down here and watch that happen. So Cyrene have been beaten. That army made their way in. So now these two border each other, so I guess it's more natural that they've gone to war. Now, it does say Carthage has waged war on Egypt. Like, the order of that does matter, so weird. You think they'd have their hands full with us and all the other tribes and stuff. So now they're going to probably start snaking up the coastline. Don't really want them taking anything from Carthage, because I kind of want all of that. It's prime real estate. Alright, the docks have been completed at Taurus. Faction destroyed. The Sicilian pirates are gone. Sicily is getting an early spring. Don't really worry about that. And we have our units. Oh yeah, where are they? Okay, so they're right on the edge.
Ready for orders.
Well, before I move that, can our fleet reach them now? Oh man, we can. I'm gonna do it because they're such a pest, right? We're not playing nice anymore. Let's get our fleet to go all the way up here and hit them. Now they'll probably back off, but next turn I should be able to catch them wherever they go. And this keeps them off the coastline anyway. I can't believe they didn't run away. It doesn't make any sense. Right, we'll just auto-resolve it. It's another army dead. It's time to just put these guys in the ground. Alright, the ocean's ours. We're going to load up our boy here. Maybe just bring him straight across or something. Maybe into Iberia. I guess we should go to... Oh, a heroic victory as well. Good job. Cursor's Revenge. Nice. Enslave, kill, ransom. Enslave, I guess. Keep doing it until we feel like we've got too many problems. We've got 6 turns of movement. I tell you what, you can stop ambushing now. Just don't raid either. We're going to meet you down at Carolus. You can dock from here. We'll bring you across. So, there's many armies down here. Because it's not just Carthage, right? It's all the client states that we have to deal with. Their enemy fleet is down here now as well. Alright, so just to be safe... I don't think this place will have an issue from just a small fleet. Yeah, they'll be okay. Right, so we'll go back into no stance. We'll just hop across. Just patrol here. Little public order benefit there now. That's good. I suppose you could do the same. Patrol. Public order benefit and reduced upkeep. It's great. Alright, you guys can land on the coast. The music has come on since the battle, so that's good. I didn't have to save in and out. If you just initiate combat, the music will just reset, so that's good. I've spotted an army going west. I'll keep going this way. Yeah, this is going to be... I'm getting excited because we're just going to be landing like 2-3 armies, and then I suppose with the amount of income we have now, we should just keep building this one up and have a homeland army, right? To just keep everything good. So yeah, let's just head back down here. Let's keep recruiting. We'll have to pass this off to another general. We'll have to find a good candidate for that. So yeah, let's just go with a standard Roman army here. 4 Principes, maybe 4 Hastati, 4 Triarii, and the rest Velites with some cavalry. So that'll be 2 Velites, get 2 more Velites, 2 cavalry, and that's just your bog standard Roman Republic army there. Or late Republic army. Okay. Good, and they're healing up as well. Awesome, things are coming together. At least I'm not seeing much from Carthage coming across anymore. Anything else that we need to worry about here? Admiral Lucius Cursor has become a bruiser. So the brawler type of skill has leveled up. Low bodyguard casualties with victories and age is how it gets better. He knows how to throw a punch now. That's good. Doesn't make too much of a difference for him at sea, to be honest. And then what was the other one? He's become a strategic mastermind. Awesome. Love to see that. So he's had low casualties, heroic victory, and age. So as he gets older, as he wins heroic victories, which he just did. Extra ammunition, lower upkeep for land units. He's unfortunately at sea. 8% campaign map movement range, though. That'll be great for being at sea. Awesome. Nice. The Senate now have decided that it was worth keeping him on, right? He's kind of reproven himself. Cyrene, named after the sacred... named after a spring sacred to Apollo, Kyrene, or Kyrene, was founded in 630 BC by Greeks from the island of Thera, and quickly... Where's the island of Thera? And quickly became the most important settlement in the region. The city was first a monarchy, then a republic, before becoming a part of the Ptolemaic Egypt after the death of Alexander the Great. In 276 BCE, Ptolemy's son-in-law, Magus, the original Maga, governor of the territory, crowned himself king, made an alliance with the Seleucids, and invaded Egypt. Did he win? I don't know anything about it. Kind of interesting, though. Those elephants are glowing. Right, I don't think there's much else for us to do. So the situation is still 2 armies in Sicily, 1 army in Sardinia. We're heading towards Africa with all of them. The fleets have knocked out armies. We're going to wait for our fleet to come back down and then help with the crossing. And that'll be it. Don't want to make a crossing until we are sure that there's no other Carthaginian fleets. We know that they have a 14-ship fleet here, so we can't cross just with transports yet. We'll be sitting ducks. But that's it. Do we want to use any money to build anything? It's funny, there's not much we can really build anymore because we're waiting on tech to catch up. So I guess maybe improve the tech building. We're getting a little low on food. A little bit. 2 turns, our next technology is done, which is this one. 3% tax rate, 1 public order, and -3 empire maintenance everywhere. What we could do to spend a little bit of extra money is use our characters and level them up. Because again, lowering the empire maintenance as they reach the max number. So we'll go with Sicily is struggling the most for public order. Send her there. And do we have enough money to send you? Yes. You can go to Magna Graecia. I wonder, I could be wrong, but I feel like their leveling up is falling down over time. I could be wrong. That seems weird. I've never noticed that for any other character ever. But I could have sworn I got these women up to like level 4 and now they're still, like they're not there anymore. Alright, let's end the turn. I think that's pretty much it. Nice healthy income of 8,984 expected for next turn. Alright. The governesses, if you want to call them that, the ladies, they've returned. Alright, increase in rank. What do we got? Brutus is leveled up to rank 7. Pirates have been spotted. Somewhere near here. Oh, there they are. That's going to make the crossing nice. Carthage, a full stack fleet, basically. Great. Thanks. We might have to dock in Carolus then for a turn. Get that extra replenishment up and running and just get our docking supply. Oh my god, oops. Right clicked over there by accident. Alright, that's totally fine. So, you can hop into the town as well if you really want it. What's happened here? Oh, we can get the shields have been done. The shield maker. Yeah, that'll give us something to put the money good use to. It's only 1,000 to give all of these shields? Sure. Level 1 armor. I think we can do that for everybody. Yeah, it used to be in the older games, you had to be in the region that makes it to get it. I think I preferred that. But that's just the way these games went, I guess. Alright, there we go. They all have the armor now. That was pretty cheap. This guy's still recruiting. So yeah, let's have a look. Construction report. The shieldmaker in the harbor in Alalia is back up and running. Quartermaster report. We got our army built nicely. Let's just head a bit further south with these guys. Give them the upgrade as well. Not that they need it, but just to have it ready. Now when we recruit them, they'll have it by default. So 4 Principes, 4 Triarii, 4 Hastati, 2 Velites. We've got room for 4 or 5 more units actually. So 2 more Velites, and the rest can be Cav. We have 2,200 patricians to draw from. We'll get 3 units. We can only afford 2. That's fine. All right, I'm trying to get through these turns a bit quicker. I was thinking another thing I could do with all this money that's coming in lately is give generous gifts to some of our diplomatic partners. Now, if we hop in here, public order would be really negative. I don't mind. Just for 1 turn, that's okay. And that way we're just best movement potential just to hop on that boat and go south. I hope they move or someone else does something with them. Oop, wrong one. There we go. The governors have made it. Bonk. Now if we check here... Oh, can we do that actually? I don't think we can check the details of how culture is going. It just says Punic 73%, so we can keep an eye on it, but we'd expect next turn it to be like 72. Just something. Right, spy. Run past Alexandria now, please. Cyrene, in a last-ditch attempt, 1 ship is mainlining towards Alexandria. Egypt are not messing about. They got some armies roaming around. Legio 2 Magna Graecia. We have the leveling up of Brutus here. So, movement range on the campaign, upkeep reductions, and maybe make him an even fiercer warrior. What about this one? This is the army experience gained. Cultural conversion of the local province, actually where you are. That's pretty good, just to have that. Okay, let's go with that then. How's Libo looking? His army's a little outdated, honestly. It would almost make sense to put him at the head of the new troops that have been recruited, but I suppose this is his legion. But it might be time to start thinking about removing a few and re-updating some of these units. They're upgraded, but it's just a bit of a mishmash army. I think that's it. Again, I don't really think there's much else going on. Politics is fine. Loyalty's good. Nothing really to check. No diplomatic changes, really. We need to be made aware of. We're nearly at 13,000 income for Latium. Alright, send it. Wow, it stayed on the end of that turn for so long. I thought the game was frozen for sure. Anyway, we have our new research done, so that's a little boost to taxes. I think I had mentioned before what the plan was, what I was going to go for next, but I just don't remember. That's interesting. 6 loyalty for all political parties. That's really good. Don't need that right away though. They're all quite happy. Yeah, siege holdout time. Siege stuff. I guess that kind of makes sense, considering where we're at. -8 banditry in all provinces. Wow. Okay. That's a huge help. Morale for melee infantry. Melee charge... Or sorry, charge for all units, defense... Ship health and ramming speed. I remember that was one we were going to work towards, so let's go for that. So it does mean that we're finally opening this up, which is a 5% upkeep, 0.5 I should say, sorry, to the upkeep of all our armies. It's worth noting. I wonder can we even land here, because this army is like kind of guarding that area. The Sicilian pirates, I don't know, oh, they've gone south. It's so risky though, to go across with them roaming around. Ugh, but I feel like we got to do it. I don't want to stall anymore. However, it is autumn. I know this is annoying, but I feel like we need to wait 2 more turns. And then we'll leave in spring. Because then we have the best chance of reaching there, like, unmolested. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do that. So, last unit to get is Equites. And then we'll head south, and we need to think of what general is going to kind of take them over. As we make the transfers, excuse me. Ah, the Hellenic Greek reforms have happened. These are really interesting. The Thurius reforms and the Cleomenes Spartan reforms. I didn't know about the Cleomenes reforms, but the Thurios reforms are really good. They make their Greek units just so much better. And I think this one they get thorax units and stuff. Thorax units for Greeks are like super dope. Enemy fleets. Look at that, 16. Carthage. Now they're at war with Egypt. This is a great time to attack them. But it was just such an annoying time for the pirates to appear. I'd love it if they attacked each other. You know, that would just be the dream outcome. We still have to replenish here. We're gaining or losing 13 public order per turn. We can hop on those boats. How far would we go if we hopped on right now? That is not bad. That is not bad at all. We'd be there in 2 turns. It's just the next turn is winter, so it's going to be really shrunken. What do you think? We're just such a target for them. It's like perfect. I'm going to wait 1 more turn. I think we have to. I hate to say it, but yeah. Oh, I think it's probably going to be 2 because we're not leaving in winter. I'm not setting us back another 10 turns. That army goes down. We just sit around and wait. That'd be boring, so I don't want to risk it. What we could start to do, though, is get this guy over to Sicily as well now. Well, actually, I guess if we're waiting 2 turns, he can stay here. But yeah, we'll bring him back, have him ready to go across, and leave 1 army behind protecting Sicily. I think that's the plan. Alright, and the final unit's going into that other army. I'll tell you what, actually, it'd be great to get the Ligurian cavalry, so let's just leave that. A little contingent of Ligurians will be nice. We'll head down to Taurus. Now, we've just taken our governor out of that province. Loses us about 1,000 income. Not as bad as I thought. So, Plebeian Heavy Cavalry Terma, Equites Extraordinari. Okay, let's go with them. They seem like our best. These guys have really good defense for a cavalry unit. 47 charge bonus, 48 for these. Yeah, okay. Equites Extraordinari. Anything else going on? Not really. Who's the most profitable province now? Hellas. Looks like Latium is number 1, but Hellas will be number 2. Athens, Sparta, and Heriptna. Crete, basically. Still have our 2 client states here. I'd say give them a little helping hand. Actually, they're still not trading with us, the Epirots.
I give you welcome. Let Zeus and all the gods smile upon our meeting, so that all may...
That's so crazy. 6,000 for a deal for trade, and they're like, no. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to give you a really generous gift. Let's go 6,880. Okay? Big gift. You already like me, 42. Let's see how this helps things. 80.
You bring joy to my heart and hope to my soul.
That was a gift worth 38. Rome looks after her clients, okay? And we'll do the same for the Koinan Aetolon. And then we'll still think about it for some of our trading partners, like Massalia, if they want to kind of come into the fold, you know? We'll enrich your nation. What's not to love? Alright, let's end the turn 1 more time and see where we fall.
The portents are clear. A treaty between us would please the gods. I have no wish to offend the gods.
Non-aggression with Athens, and they're a client of Antigonidae. I guess I have no problem with this ultimately, for now. I just can't remember what the state of Antigonidae, like what their relations are to other factions, and how we feel about that. But I think this is okay. I don't plan on attacking them. Hopefully it's alright. If any of them attack my guys, then that nullifies everything. The need for cavalry. Well, that would have been good before I just recruited a bunch, so, you know, new cavalry gets 2 experience or the cost is reduced. Doesn't matter really now. A child has died. Decia Gamella. Our hidden agent has been exposed. Okay, Decia Gamella. Oh no. Our oldest. She was only 11. Our firstborn daughter. What a shame. Next one down is 9 years old. We're 40 now. Wow. Time moves fast. They grow up so fast. Okay, so one more turn. This is seriously negative public order, by the way. Just waiting like this, but one more turn and we can move. I don't know. Ooh. Carthaginian fleet is swooping around to the east. Our army is here though now, so that's okay. However, the problem is they could just move all up here and hit the towns. Now, there's 12 garrison and 3 ships. So I guess you could say 15 in total. They've got 16. But their units might be actually pretty good. I don't know, though. I can't just sit around waiting all the time. That being said, I really can't afford to have any of those towns raided. So I'm not sure what to do. It seems like a big commitment to keep this army up there, but maybe I should. I think I should. It's the safest option, so let's do it. We'll head back north. We'll just patrol up here. Keep the peace. You can cross back over now. Keep the peace. And you're going to be ready to go next turn. So it's all about what's going to happen next turn. I suppose the smart thing to do would not be give away all our money all the time, but rather save it for the war against Carthage in case we do lose things. But just to make all things equal, I'm still going to give Corinth just a little bit of money. They don't need as much as last time.
We are civilized folk, so you may speak as you wish.
There you go.
The god.
There you go. They went from yellow to... there we go, 38 as well. It was the same amount. It was a less amount, but the same equivalent to how they feel. So that's great. Our clients are happy. We don't have to worry about them turning on us anytime soon. Alright, I'm going to be a massive cock tease, and I don't use that word often, but next turn, we're definitely hopping on the boats and going to Africa. It kind of depends what this fleet does to some extent, but not really. I mean, the plan is over here at Carolus. Brutus has now got his legion, with his Brutii infantry, now has his legion ready to hop on the boats and start sailing south. It'll take 2 turns to get there. It will be summer, and you have to remember, we also suffer, or not suffer, we gain benefit from the fleet is ready to take off. The 30% movement range, we lose that while we're at sea. So once he hops on the boat, we still have the 30%, but we'll probably get there, and then it might be pretty tight to land. I'm still not sure if we can even land with that army in the way. We'll find out. Well, I guess we'll find out. If not, then we have to circle down here. That's kind of dangerous because we're right on top of Carthage. Oh, I'm sure we could land here. I don't see why not, really. Let's just check out. Ooh, look at this. It's worth having our spies in this area, seeing what's going on. Speaking of, where's our other spy? Let's keep her moving. Egyptian armies are all over the place here. It's cool to see. Hopefully they don't screw everything up like Carthage did over and over again. Alright, well that's really going to be it. So, economically, really happy with the situation. 13,800 coming out of Latium. 4,000 in Sicily. 3,000 just about in Magna Graecia. And 1,000 in Corsica and Sardinia. We're making 7,400. Tech is going okay. We're improving tech where we can. So 7 turns we'll get tech speed improvements. Food might start to get a little tight. In winter it does dip down to 3. We can do things politically to increase food by sending out characters to boost it. I also could use those characters again to spend the last bit of money we have and reduce empire maintenance. That might be an option. Also, when we go abroad, we'll consume more food. That's also something else to consider. It'll count towards global logistics, I think. So -8 food is already happening. 16 logistics upkeep. But as we go further and further, the supply lines get stretched, and we're going to be consuming even more. what can help is having the supply ship follow our armies around the coast. That'll keep them supplied, basically. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting little invasion, because we'll need 2 armies for Carthage City proper, and then we need another army, hopefully just to keep whatever else is coming at us at bay. Hopefully they move and do stuff. It'd be super boring if they didn't, but I'm hoping that, you know, we have a nice reactive AI once we make landfall. That's going to have to be it for today. Bit of a just preparation episode, but the next one, the invasion begins. The counterattack, really, from this war. Alright, that's going to be it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.